Welcome to Cars in Korea. I introduce newly released Genesis Hyundai and Kia cars. And the car I have behind me today, or will soon have, is 2023 Kia Stinger. But not just any other Stinger, it's the Tribute Edition. And that will be the last edition, last Stinger. There it is. Kia said it officially, and bear with me, here in Korea we still require masks indoors, so that's why I'll be having just up for a few seconds. So let's go inside and go check it out. And we have it right here, Kia Stinger Tribute Edition. And right off the bat we can see that it's got this special color specifically for this Tribute Edition only. That is Moonscape Matte Gray for extra $250. And this limited Stinger will be the final version, as the name suggests, the Tribute Edition. And right before this one, Korea also had the Acro Edition, where it was quite similar with some of the cosmetic things, touch up on the exterior, but this Tribute Edition is really the final version of it all. Unfortunately, the reason why we see this model right here, that means the Stinger is now discontinued after this edition. And this time Kia really nailed it, because with right here, Stinger Tribute 201 out of 1,000, and there are 1,000 units total worldwide, and of that 1,000, 200 is allocated to domestic Korean market. This Moonscape Matte Gray color is 100 units only, and which was also available on the Acro Edition that I just told you about. There is the Escort Green, which will come in 100 units as well. And for North American market, if not United States, there will be 400 of this Kia Stinger Tribute Edition. And speaking of the numbers, unfortunately all the specs that we have on the Stinger is exactly the same as the current Stinger. This will be the all-wheel drive 3.3 with the turbo model. There are a few cosmetic differences on the outside. Well, let's get started with the wheel right there. If you're a Stinger owner slash fan, you would definitely tell the difference right away. That is not only the blacked out wheels and also the different looks, but look at that over there. The caliper is now black with red accent and Brembo written on it. I've actually spotted this one on Genesis G70 Shooting Brake, and I really love the taste and the touch right there. Seems like they got that right over here as well, because the Stinger is actually a direct competitor to that of the Genesis G70. The beauty of Stinger was definitely this fast dropping coupe line, as well as a giant hatch on the rear. That is kind of a little bit controversial now with the Genesis G70 having the shooting brake as well, huh? However, once again, with the G70 shooting brake, thing is, that is limited to European market, as well as just only a handful of them are actually sold here in Korea as well. Until this day, remains a strong competitor in its segment. So the hatch opens all the way up like so. I'm throwing the names out here too, you know, the Audi A7 or Porsche Panamera and such. I'm not talking about the spec wise, but just the trunk wise. And this is really versatile. The owners and my friends and I actually have been in Stinger a lot of times. As we know, Stinger has been in the market for some time now. That is definitely a plus. It was irreplaceable. Well, that is until we saw Genesis G70 shooting brake, right? However, I absolutely love this color, seeing this in person. Hyundai Motor Group recently just killing it with this beautiful colors and the exterior design and looks. And we have a lot of choices to make when it comes to the exterior color and paints. Once again, if you are really in the market of looking for this Tribute Edition, I would definitely go with this color. Not only is it uniquely the Tribute Edition only, but it actually looks really good on Stinger, because Stinger's got some beautiful character lines as well as the profile. It really makes the car stand out. Matte paints is not necessarily for all cars. There are only a handful of cars that could actually have the matte color on and look good at the same time. And of course, the Stinger being one of them. And this horizontal taillight, long before Hyundai started giving their seamless horizon lines and whatnot, this beautiful horizon lamp. And I absolutely love the facelifted one right here. Let me show you. Look at this sequential turn signal or matrix pattern. Really looks beautiful in the nighttime and also make the car stand out by far. And this is the side mirror, a flag type side mirror that's been lowered down to the door, and that makes the car also upscale and more luxurious, supported with the camera right there, of course. And this is the piano black plastic, which is given to this Tribute Edition as well. And up on the front, it's not matrix pattern, but rather it's got those dotted patterns. And this is not official, this is my personal thought, but that probably comes from that Hornet inspired. Maybe this is the hive of hornets and whatnot. So that being said, kind of a jumping around here, but all the stories lead to one another, so bear with me. There is that design specifically for this Tribute Stinger. So that is kind of a hornet-like, if not, that is the beautiful crest. And this definitely shows respect to the outgoing Ghia Stinger model for sure. And you see, Stinger actually means a lot, not only to the customers and the owners, but also Ghia themselves as well. Stinger definitely is the performance vehicle among the Ghia family, and there isn't necessarily one within the Ghia family. However, Ghia came with the Stinger because they know they can. They wanted to show us that they can, and that's the reason why they came up with the Stinger, and they had the explicit emblem for the Stinger only, which is gone on this Tribute model. As we can see, the Ghia emblem is gone. That might be a plus, that might be a minus to some of you guys out there, but I actually personally really liked the Ghia Stinger emblem right there. Long story short, that actually resembles a car as a whole. The 4 points tips at the end resembles the wheels, and also that emblem altogether formulate a chassis and the car. The front chrome part and also the lip vertical design, it all remains the same. Really feel sad and sorry to let the Stinger go. And that being said, let me show you the inside where there are subtle and minor differences. Depending on how you look at it, that might be subtle and that might be a big difference. So let's go. So immediately different is definitely the interior and also the different color leather here. And of course that crest once again comes with all good Alcantara, the suede design that we all had from the previous Stingers. A beautiful sunroof that opens all together. This is what's a little different. So it's got the carbon pattern to it. However, unfortunately, this is not a legitimate carbon. Rather, it's the carbon film on top of the interior, and Ghia did the work kind of making it, giving it the carbon look to it. And that is not actually carried over to the trim over here. Nope, it's the leather that we know of. However, the carbon trim is actually used right over there at the door catch, and also supports and comes with the Lexicon premium sound system. I love the Twitter here. It's just a beautiful touch where they need to be, all self-explanatory buttons and all. You see, I actually never had the chance to properly review Ghia Stinger because this car actually came out before I started running cars in Korea, reviewing brand new cars in this manner and fashion. So although I've been in this car a lot, I mean, I was with this car in tracks and also drifts and canyon toge runs and whatnot, because this car is what that is meant to be, right? I see it here and there all the time. However, it's my first time actually being in a cabin like so and reviewing the car properly, The gauge cluster and the steering wheel, also all the interior, the air vents that I actually love the most. Some people don't like that because you actually cannot use a generic smartphone holders. This is inspired from the turbines of a jet. Absolutely gorgeous. Keeping it simple, neat, and clean. Everything, the buttons are self-explanatory right here, and you'll get used to all these in no time. The infotainment system that we are familiar with from other Ghia family. Had the chance to properly drive and review the Stinger myself, but I guess we'll save it for the next time. And I'm really a bit skeptical about having the opportunity and chance to review, test drive this Tribute Edition, but we'll see how that goes. Who knows, right? GT all-wheel drive 3.3, baby. That's what we're talking about. Buttons for the ventilated seats and heated seats. Oh, this is really fancy. Heated steering wheel, parking alarm, the camera, all stop on and off. Everything is self-explanatory. auto holds and drive modes. You twist that around. And also the bolster squeezes in when I put the car into sport mode. That kind of may look outdated, with all the column type and also the rotary types and whatnot, but I actually do like having one of the physical ones like this, kind of has that. I'm not gonna say it's a manual, but I actually do prefer and like having these kind of things. Quite ergonomic, you can lay your hand like this and it's really gives you a firm, strong grip. I really like how it feels laying my hand on it. All right, so let's go to the back second row seat and see what's got the updates. A little bit of a sacrifice in the headroom because of the design and as well as the sunroof. Something that you could live with given the performance, the practicality, and the looks of the Stinger. So compared to G70, it's not all that bad either. It does not come with a reclining seat or anything like that. Well, you could definitely fold the seat completely though, just like so. And doing that, you have actually plenty of room and storage. So you see, it's quite spacious and you can fold all these three down and you definitely have quite a lot of room on the second row seat. Also gets the vents like so in the turbine looking, and also you can control the temperature there too for each passengers on the left and on the right, with those 12 volts and fast charging supports as well. Well, let's actually pop the hood and see what is inside the hood. Although we know it is a Stinger after all. Just so you know, fake hood vents, it's not cut open. Well, there isn't quite the need for that because Stinger does a great job with the radiators here and also the design. They got the massive front grille, so no need for that. But fancy. I like it. The engine bay of the 3.3 turbo, we know of diagonal braces, kind of makes the car more aggressive as well. And of course, it's practical. They're not just going to put it there for the looks. So there is the middle, the center, and the engine is all the way into the cabin. That means performance. All right, so I guess that is it. I really feel bad. Sorry to see this Stinger go the last time, because I know this will be the last time I see one in the showroom. This, ladies and gentlemen, has been 2023 Kia Stinger Tribute Edition, and they got the whole thing written on here about the story here. All right, so that's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe and like Cars in Korea if you did, and I'll see you in the next video. Really feel bad I gotta say goodbye to this Kia Stinger. All right, farewell my friend, and we'll see you with the next performance car from Kia brand, hopefully.